I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. Today on the XennialLens. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff. I am a Xennial. Welcome, one and all. Today, we're going to be reacting once again to G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. This is Season 1, Episode 18, The Phantom Brigade. Very exciting. It's going to be kind of a crazy one. Maybe our first truly mystical, I don't want to say horror, but like full on, it's a ghost story fantasy. I do remember this episode fairly well, I think. I mean, you know, I remember the broad strokes of it as a kid, from watching it as a kid. In fact, I probably watched it when I bought the DVDs as well. But it's a really good one. It always stuck with me as a really cool episode as a kid, and I am super excited to rewatch it here with you today. If you would like to jump right to the episode reaction, that is not a problem at all. Just look down below into the comments and you will see a timestamp for where to go to. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can just click on it and hop right over to the reaction. Down there, you will also find, of course, other things that are normally in reaction videos, such as where you can watch all these episodes without me yapping in your ear. But why would you want to do that? No, the episodes, the entire series of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero is, of course, at least currently, available on the official Hasbro YouTube page. So go check it out there if you want to watch ahead in preparation for next week's episode. Actually, next week we're taking a break, but either way, you can also find the Patreon link there where you can find full, uncut, undoctored episode reactions from yours truly, a real-life Xennial. Okay, I am just going to yap for a minute more because I like to talk. So, what do I remember about this episode? Well, I remember that it deals with ghosts, like real ghosts. Like they actually bring back a couple of ghosts of the dead. Cobra tries to recruit some ghosts. That's what I remember. I think that there is a Roman centurion. I think that there is a pilot. I'm not going to say any more about that. I don't want to spoil anything. And then I think there's a woman as well. There's 3 ghosts. There's a cool, it's not science fiction. There's a cool fantasy element here, obviously at play. I think that's really exciting. And as a kid, this episode really stuck with me, especially there's a kind of a twist, not a twist, but there's a thing at the end that's like very cool. We'll talk about it afterwards. Don't you worry your pretty little heads about that. It's going to be great. This is a new writer for us, Shannon Devonio, I think was the name. Something like that. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but excited to have a new writer on board for this episode. And what else can we expect? Well, we should have just a quick discussion about sort of time and place and context for when this show was made. If I remember correctly, there is a character of Romani descent in this episode. It's a gypsy woman, right? She's involved in sort of the magic of the episode, and I think by today's standards, certainly that would be considered, derogatory. I don't think that term is used anymore, but I do believe that there was a number of like stereotypes back in the day, and it's not great when you consider like, hey, there's a real world context to this. But certainly it was more used as a storytelling device rather than as a commentary on a people. I'm not making excuses for it. I just, this was clearly a very different time. Not to diminish this, it's important that we treat all people with respect. I suppose not terrorists, like, Cobra terrorists trying to take over the world, because they are, by definition, evil. That's clearly stated. So I guess they can be the bad guys. But, this is from a time and a place. So please take that context into consideration when receiving this reaction, when watching this episode. I will try and, I'll contextualize it where I can at the end. But, I'm going to try and enjoy the episode as well. And certainly, the science fiction-y sort of the sort of fun of, G.I. Joe versus Ghosts, which is the core of the episode, is that's still strong storytelling from my memory. On that somber note, we probably should just jump right into the episode. Okay, let's kick it off. G.I. Joe episode 18, The Phantom Brigade. Hello to everyone who just jumped right to here. Not to worry, I know that I can just talk and talk and talk. I think we're in for a good one, though. This is going to be G.I. Joe Season 1, Episode 18, The Phantom Brigade. I think there's going to be ghosts. Ghosts and Major Blood. At least according to the thumbnail. But, yeah, we did discuss in that extra part minor content warning around some dated stereotypes of the Romani people. So, just FYI, be aware that is incoming in this episode. I'll try to make mention of things like that if I'm aware of it before we go in, but obviously sometimes I'm going in not remembering these episodes. Either way, I remember really loving this episode as a kid, so let's see what we get. G.I. Joe, American hero. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, the heroes. Oh, it's Sharman D. Vono. Sharman? Is that a man or a woman?
Let's make Costco Munitions very sorry they refused our business. Firebat 1 to Major Blood.
Oh, it's a fleet of fire bats. Isn't that weird? They're attacking a munitions supplier who decided not to work with Cobra. Isn't that fascinating? Huh. What are these uniforms?
No, Cobra tank.
Russians, maybe? Russians.
Scarlet to Sky Strikers.
Dang.
Cobra's attacking the munitions factory. Let's get him.
Can I just mention, G.I. Joe has impunity. They can go anywhere in the world to fight Cobra, it seems. But the United States in Russian airspace?
Can't hide.
I don't know. This is Russia.
Scarlet to convoy. Duke, come in, please.
Cover girl here, Scarlet. We're almost at the gate.
Okay, we're gonna stop in just a minute here to sort of get our bearings. Look at this. We got it's a lineup of cool vehicles.
Move! Hit him hard and hit him fast! Sergeant!
Yo, Joe.
Goodness, you're here!
Ooh, the Viper gliders.
As I started to say, just like Count Dracula.
You scoff at our legends, but strange things happen in these Carpathian mountains.
The gypsies say they are haunted with ghosts and vampires. What? No werewolves?
Firebat 1 to squadron!
Dang.
Returning to base!
Look at that sick armor. That's amazing. Okay, let's just pause here for a minute so that we can get our bearings. This is what I like to do. I like to get this set up, and then we just take a break just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay, so Cobra had approached this Romanian. So let's say this is not Russia; they're Romanian military contractor to buy munitions, and they had been refused. So now they're making them pay. Revenge. Simple. The Joes are here to protect them, which makes more sense that the Joes are not in Russian airspace, right? Right now we've got Romanian military who are talking about the Carpathian Mountains, where, of course, you know, the legends of Dracula are from, of course. So, okay. And we've got Duke, Gung Ho, Roadblock, Covergirl, a bunch of the usual suspects are here, along with a couple of sweet vehicles. I think I saw the Slugger there. I definitely saw the APC, and what was that little one? Is that called the Armadillo, I think? And Blood's leading a fleet of fire bats. That's interesting too. I was just looking at the fire bat in the last episode. One appeared there, and I don't remember. I think the figure that came with the toy had an all red armor. This armor is like awesome. It's such a cool look. Wow. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what happens.
No!
I assume the Joes will drive off Cobra.
Tough! We're outnumbered and getting low on fuel! You're paid to follow orders! Can't spend the money if I'm 6 feet under!
Oh, okay. Well, they were about to retreat.
Turn and tail.
Good. I want this place secured before dark.
No problem. All right, move it.
Arrested. That's good. They're taking some prisoners here. Ooh, Moray coming into a Cobra base, maybe at a makeshift. What is this castle that they've taken over? Where they kept the skeletons?
Fuel! A stupid excuse for failure, Major Blood. We pay them to fight, not flee.
Constantly
Baroness.
appropriating
I have obeyed your
old
orders, Cobra Commander, but I caution
facilities
you.
to build their bases
Gypsy
in.
magic is very unpredictable. You tamper with forces that you do not...
Silence! You know what
Wait,
I
here's a
want,
question.
old
Where's the
woman.
Baroness
Is it
from?
Possible?
Is she Russian?
Those who die by
Or is she
accident
Eastern
or
European
by
also?
treachery do not cross peacefully into the spirit realm. I know of 3 such restless spirits. They can be drawn to these objects.
So she's
which were
hired.
dear to them
They've
in
hired
life.
her.
This is madness. Ghosts in the service of Cobra?
Yes.
Yes.
Soldiers who do not fear death because they are already dead. A Phantom Brigade. Summon them at once.
With this ancient coin, I call upon the spirit of the past.
Oh man.
Roman warrior, enter the realm of the living.
Oh, it's working. It's working.
Who calls?
With this wedding ring,
she
I
didn't
call
answer.
upon the spirit of the past. Mongolian warrior, enter the realm of the
Ooh,
living.
a Mongol warrior.
Yes, I am here.
Now, with this
Oh, I
locket,
didn't know. Did the Mongols
I
have
call
warrior
upon
women?
the spirit
Okay.
of the past.
Nice.
American warrior, enter the realm of the living.
He came with his plane. They come with gear.
It is done.
So then they all appear here? Interesting.
Spirits, I have summoned you to serve Cobra. You will do as I command.
We shall do your bidding, master.
You know what would be really funny? If they didn't speak English. Good times, good
You
times.
said there were 3.
Where's the third
Where
one?
is the
Yeah.
3rd spirit?
Ah, he appears now as we speak.
It's like, hey guys, what's shaking?
Hi, everybody. Say, isn't that my locket?
Yes, pilot. And if you want it back, you shall do what I, your new commanding officer, tell you to do.
Another Cobra attack? We don't know, but we're not taking any chances.
Interesting.
Take cover!
So, I guess it's like phantom bullets and phantom fire.
G.I. Joe will return.
It's interesting. I mean, you got to kind of just roll with it, right? Like, this is one
Now,
step
back to
further
G.I. Joe.
into the fantasy than we normally go with G.I. Joe. Usually it's, science fiction. But this is like horror fantasy, really.
Holy cow! What's going on?
So we got to give them a little bit of leeway, I think.
That's a SPAD! American plane, circa World War I!
What's he using for ammunition?
Beats me! How in tarnation's he staying airborne? Not enough linen on those wings to
Yep.
fly a kite! What is it?
She's iced us over. A hologram, maybe. My jammer arrow will break up the image.
That is pretty smart, Starlet. A hologram. Yeah, it could be a hologram. Get out of the way. Dang. Wow. I wonder, does the Centurion have other like elemental tide powers? Does Quick Kick always have 3 swords? Oh snap.
Let me guess. Great Caesar's ghost, right? No, merely a centurion.
He should just... Oh, snap. What are these? Is this like drywall or something?
Anti-gravity weapon. We're in big trouble.
Perhaps I have no need of living agents at all. Not even you, Baroness.
The night is not yet over, Commander.
You really count your chickens there, Cobra Commander.
Out! I want to look at that bird.
Pilot to pilot, they can get along, right? Maybe? Phantom powers can have effect on the real world.
Are you all right?
I seem to be.
So, Cobra has a stealth device that lets a plane sneak past radar.
What kind of weapon haven't they got? Something doesn't jibe here.
That is because you do not understand what you are fighting.
Is the Baroness about to, like, undermine her own boss? This is another one of those, you know, double cross scenarios where like Cobra Commander is getting a bit too big for his britches. This literally happened in the last episode where Destro turned on Cobra Commander.
Here? I come in peace. You must learn the secret of the Phantom Brigade.
The witch?
You are being attacked by ghosts. Your weapons are useless against them.
And why are you telling us this?
Call it job security. If the ghosts defeat you, Cobra Commander may no longer need my services.
Send the ghosts packing. We gotta get those objects.
Just
and
roll
give
with
them
it,
a
Duke. I
proper
like
burial. No, I'm not asking you to believe any of this, but the Baroness did tell me where Cobra's hideout is, so let's take it out.
And it's like a sick castle in the Carpathian Mountains. That's kind of awesome, right?
Come on, Cobra Girl. He's not disappearing on me this time.
So, they want a dogfight, eh?
I've had this flag in here since last Veterans Day. Hold it against the canopy.
If you say so.
That's a good point, because he knows, right? He knows it's an American plane.
Oh my gosh, they're American.
He stopped firing.
Yep, he's on our side.
That's
I like
right.
to use my
That's
head
right.
before I use my guns.
Wow, Bill, you are a smart cookie, buddy. Dang. What do you say?
Why,
What
that
would you
pilot's
say to
just
someone?
ahead.
Hey, that's some flying machine you got there. What outfit you with?
G.I. Joe.
Never heard of it. But I've been away from home for months. Say, why are you looking at me that way?
I ain't looking at you. I'm looking through you.
Dang.
He speaks with the Master's enemies.
His ties with the living have not been broken.
I had a close call with one of the Kaiser's boys this morning, but I can't be dead.
Oh, man. Why are they laughing at him?
Back off, you
Don't be
buzzards.
bullies, you
My
ghosts.
girlfriend, Jenny. I wonder if she's dead too. My CO's keeping the locket she gave me till I get back to base.
This commanding officer of yours wear a mask?
Yeah, and he hisses a lot.
We serve Cobra Commander, he who summoned us from the void.
We obey.
destroy.
It's like ice.
We're freezing.
Stop! You're hurting them! You were alive once? Don't you remember what it felt like to hurt? Or to love?
Yes, I remember. My husband. He died.
Well, are we gonna get
soon
flashbacks?
after we were married. I loved him very much.
Yep. She can stop the cold, can't she?
I know what we're doing is wrong, but till I get Jenny's locket back, I must follow the commander's orders.
Then we'll try and get it back for you, son. But we might need your help.
I'll do what I can, and try to convince the others too.
What a trip, man! Like, what would you what do you do? What do you do in that situation, right? Like, imagine your whole world came crashing down. He's still bound by the laws of the magic that he has to follow Cobra Commander while he's got that item. He can't choose to just leave that locket, right? He's bound to the locket too. He should, I would hope, be able to convince the other two, like, I don't know, you know, just because they're ghosts don't mean they're bad, right? Just like Patrick Swayze, not a bad guy. He's still in love with love.
Alert! Alert! Urgent message for Cobra Commander!
Yes, what is it?
The Joes are planning something big!
Stay at your post until you know what it is. The ghosts should have finished G.I. Joe by now.
Let's move, or we'll miss our rendezvous with the assault team.
Sweet moves. Wait till he finishes his report, then take him out. Sorry, what's happening here?
I never thought we'd be getting tactical support from the spirit world.
Oh, the spirits are helping them?
What it feels like.
Already?
You
When
know,
didn't we miss? We jumped a step, I feel like. I thought the spirits were gonna like come in to help him at the very end.
Get ready to jump.
Maybe we're at the end.
Yo!
I can't tell. There's Airborne Ripcord. Hey, why does Gung Ho not have his hat on? Like,
Blast from the past
this is
back.
another
Just
weird
in
situation
time
where he's
to
not
get
wearing
us
his hat.
inside.
Yo!
Really?
Joe!
Yo, Joe!
Look at that random green shirt there. Maybe it was Grunt. Nice.
Cobra Commander and his bloody ghosts!
Is that? Do you think this is the first appearance of the actual eels, the Cobra eels?
Practicing the squadron!
Like in that armor? Maybe not.
I need help with this Joe hovercraft!
Oh, timber. Incoming.
Negative on the launch, Major Blood!
Right.
You worthless
Don't
bloody
forget,
fool!
these guys are like total cowards, right?
I've got them! Nothing can save him now!
Here comes nothing, sport.
Get wrecked, Major Blood. Oh, did he not even parachute? He just dove. Nice.
Everywhere I look, G.I. Joes. My plans are ruined. What happened to those stupid ghosts?
I mean, don't you have actual soldiers there too?
To take back what is ours.
No! Stay back! I command you!
We are no man's slaves. We are bound to this world by those objects, not by your will.
Dang right, yeah. Exactly.
Leave me alone!
Hold it, Fang Face!
No!
Cobra Commander.
Who spoke my name? Who's there?
Oh no.
Must release the warrior souls or
Iago? No!
Stay away from me!
Return what does not
not belong.
Well, now, see, this is an interesting one, because this is a physical skeleton, isn't it? How is he shooting through it?
All right, here, take them. One day you will meet your fate, and we will be waiting.
Oh, so ominous. That was pretty cool.
Duke, look.
Was Duke just watching that? Like,
It's
what the
okay.
hell?
We got what we came for.
My dear Jenny, I loved you so.
I mean...
I carried this for good luck, then lost it gambling one night.
My dear husband, we shall be together at last.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the pilot, he can probably go be with his Jenny now. I mean, you know, a World War I pilot. Oh, interesting. So they're burying the items. That's kind of smart. It's kind of sweet and smart and clever all at the same time.
I guess our work's done here. Come on, Joes.
Nice piano
Time
music.
to go home.
Dun, dun. Hey, he got his girl. Beautiful.
G.I. Joe will return.
It's like a little like sort of melancholic, but you know, a really kind of in a way a kind of a sweet ending too. I don't know why, but that episode always stuck with me as a kid. Like it's just one I remember fairly well. I really like it. It's just a nice episode. Let's hold on for a second. We'll talk about it. Okay, so that is it for episode 18, The Phantom Brigade. What did you guys think? I like it. As I was saying, you know, this is one that really resonated with me as a kid. I think, especially the concept of like, you could have a ghost who really is like, a ghost who first of all like was like kind of surprised, like, oh man, I'm actually dead. But then also like, who's like genuinely just a good guy, you know? And it's a real like, don't judge a book by its cover kind of a moment. And I wonder if maybe for me at that age, at like 6 or 7 or whenever it was I first saw this, I would have been like, that would have been my first sort of introduction to like, you know, ghosts, you know, aside from like little kid ghosts are just silly. You know, when you think about, I would have been certainly aware of like real ghosts and like ghost stories and like they're scary. So maybe this would be my first time encountering like a realistic kind of a ghost, like, you know, the ghost of someone who has actually died, who is not scary, you know. I appreciate that this story uses its own logic. Like, you don't need an explanation as to why he commands, like, you know, phantom fire, which has weird ghostly mouths and eyes on it, or why the Mongol warrior woman controls ice powers. In fact, the 3 ghosts really didn't do all that much. The Centurion especially, like literally they all just had that one sequence where they were attacking. And I know that they were in it more than that, but it was just interesting that like if they could have done one thing in terms of like the general pacing of the plot that would have been better, it would have been better to bring the ghosts in earlier and have a whole nother action sequence with the ghosts. I think that would have been just a little bit more time to sort of sit with this concept. Although I understand why you kind of wanted to put it in this B story of it kind of was, and like it informed the main story around like why Cobra Commander was doing it, but I didn't love this Major Blood story with his like cowardly, you know, pilots of his Firebat squadron. Like, it, you know, look, given all the time in the world, absolutely. I want that kind of stuff. That kind of like nuance and extra detail is great. However, in a story where you have a limited amount of time and you've got this high concept that you're trying to sell, I think it would have been better to spend a little bit more time with the ghosts themselves. I think it's important to note also that like this is, I believe, like they've gone science fiction, and have they gone real fantasy before? I guess like I'm trying to think, like they've alluded to sort of real fantasy sort of stuff, like the giant fruits and vegetables, but then that was science in that episode, right? So I think that this is the first time we've really leaned into like a full-on fantasy, and with obviously it's got a tinge of horror to it as well, but and the setting, which I guess this is why you do that, right? You want to tell a ghost story and you want to ground it in the way that, like, you know, a kid could understand. And obviously you have someone who can deal in magic. So having a gypsy woman makes sense, I suppose. So as I mentioned at the beginning, of course, that sort of portrayal of the, you know, Romani, the old gypsy woman like that is kind of, you know, it's pretty cliched, it's pretty cardboard, is pretty derogatory, and you know, it's not a great thing to see, but it definitely is something that at the time would have been a well sort of explored, a well-known trope. I certainly feel like there were other horror stories. There were certainly like Stephen King books that used that trope. It was a storytelling device, like I was saying at the beginning, much more than a commentary on anyone's character. However, in this story, she was literally like working with Cobra. There were some weird things here, like the Firebat pilot, who I loved the armor of. Great to see that I don't know, new armor in the show, and also the eels, who may have been their first appearance of them in the show as well. Overall, let's just get down to it. I think that this was a good episode. I think it was a strong episode. I think that the strength of the turn of the American pilot is really what sold it. And I think that probably what made this episode stick out to me as a kid was really that sort of like the humanity given to the ghost. This certainly would have been before I would have seen the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. Probably this was 1985, I think. I don't know when that movie came out, but that definitely humanized ghosts more. But not a kid's movie, so I wouldn't have seen it till later on anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think that this kind of like opened my eyes to like, oh, maybe I should be a little more considerate. Maybe we should be a little more like understanding of the deceased should they appear. I'm happy to have more fantasy in G.I. Joe. I think that there was some good character work here, and I'm excited to see more of this kind of storytelling. Maybe not every week. I still think I prefer the science fiction or the sort of rollicking Indiana Jones adventure or the spy sort of stuff. But like in the mix, in that bag of tricks of different kinds of episodes that we are getting from G.I. Joe, a little bit of horror, a little bit of spookiness, as long as it's in good fun and as long as it has a grounding. I think maybe that's kind of important as well. I don't expect them to step away from that. I don't know that they'll go full fantasy, at least not till the Deke series. But overall, good job, G.I. Joe. I'm going to step away right now, do a little bit of run through of my checklist, see if there's any trivia that I missed, and let me circle back with you in just a minute. Hey everyone, this is me back now from running through my checklist. I like to look up on Joepedia, etc., what trivia might be going on. Is there a cat right there? Hi. That's Shadow Cat. Don't worry. A black cat looking over your shoulder can only mean good things in this context. No, anyway, it's interesting. There actually wasn't a ton of, there's not really a ton of trivia. There's not a ton of things that I didn't catch on this episode. It's, you know, it's not even filled with very many tropes. This is a very like original kind of an episode, right? It's, you know, it's interesting that it's our first foray really into this sort of like, horror thriller, kind of a vibe, a fantasy kind of a vibe for G.I. Joe. It is interesting. I will say the tropes that I noted, we've got enemy of my enemy with Baroness taking literally the exact same turn that Destro did in the previous episode. You know, clandestinely helping out the Joes to undermine Cobra Commander's plan, which she does not approve of. And then I did, of course, catch, you know, there was a few arrests that happened, which is nice to see the Joes arresting the Cobra troopers. This did look like, to me, like this is the first appearance of the AVAC pilots. They are the Air Vehicle Aeronautical Corps. That's the Firebat pilots. But I totally dig that armor. I am still unsure if this is the first appearance of the eels in the cartoon. I know we've seen Cobra Underwater Trooper certainly in the show before, but I don't know if we've seen them in that full eel regalia as of yet. But I know, like, even in the Mass Device, we had underwater sequences with Cobra Troopers. So I don't know if those guys would have been eels or proto-eels. They certainly didn't have this crazy eel armor on. Maybe this is like V2, you know. Sometimes when they always did sort of the second version of people's armors. This episode was great in that it really delved into character, albeit a lot of the character there was the storyline of this American pilot. I wish we'd given him a name. I didn't catch that if they did give one, but I was really impressed with that. And I also liked the sort of global sort of like scale here. You know, we set this in the right place for the story. I do think that they made a point of trying to like ground it by putting it in Romania, and then, you know, Cobra is like in this like Carpathian mountain sort of castle that they've overtaken to build their base in. And I think that the one other note that we should take note of, and I don't know if this is a trope or not, but it's definitely something worth paying attention to, that final sequence with the skeleton coming to life to like threaten and warn Cobra Commander. That was like legit spooky. Right? Kind of an interesting vibe. That moment in particular, I think, stands out as like, whoa, like, what have we stepped into here? So I'm definitely interested to see this twist on the storytelling for Real American Hero that we've seen before, and I'm looking forward to more of it. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this reaction, joining me on this adventure, and that you will look forward to more G.I. Joe to come. If you're watching this in real time, it won't be next week because we're coming up on the holidays, and we're going to have a special reaction next week. More to come on that soon. But, you know, if this is not that time, that's fine. just go and watch the next episode. All right, everyone. I'll catch you later. I hope you have a not so spooky rest of your day. Bye-bye.